Hey guys, and welcome. You probably found this video because you're looking for leads for your construction business. If that's the case, this video is going to show you exactly how to generate fast and free leads for your construction business. You ready? Let's go. So let's start with a quick question, right? How many times do you think it takes for a person to purchase from you, to convert, to turn into a client? How many times do they need to see you, right? So this is actually called a touch point. Okay, let's say it's a phone call, a text message, whatever the case may be. Take a second and let's see what you think it is. Okay, now I'm going to show you exactly what it is on average. So for construction projects that are about $100,000, it takes someone 29 times in order to convert. And for construction projects above 100,000, it's anywhere from 40 to 50 times. Okay, you may be asking, like, what does that mean? What's a touch point? So I'm going to show you now. A touch point is, it could be an email, it could be text message, it could be a social media post, videos that you send them, calls, flyers, and seeing them in person and talking and networking events, ads on Facebook or Google, or maybe even just your Google business profile. So think about that 29 times, right? So I hear very often from contractors saying, like, people are ghosting me. Like, I had an ad running and it feels like I'm burning money because people fill out a form and then I never hear from them again. Well, think about it. It takes 29 times that you reach to someone and you talk to them, or they see your posts, or they see your jobs, or they hear something about you in order for them to convert. So the purpose of this video is to get you more aware on how to get more leads fast and be in their face at least 29 times so the conversion happens. So I'm going to start with the one that I think is the fastest, right? It's the way to do it the cheapest. And I have a framework for it that I'm going to give you for free completely, but it's Instagram, right? So what do we want to be posting on Instagram? I get that question asked so many times. We want to post projects and we want to do it consistently. We want to do it in the shape of a reel or a carousel. That way we get the most reach possible. We want to share behind the scenes, right? What it's like to work in a day of, what it looks like when the project is moving forward, right? What the team culture is, right? We also want to be posting client testimonials, right? What are people saying about you? Are they happy? Hopefully, right? Show their happiness, they're smiling. We want to see videos of a completed project with the happy client right in front of it. And most importantly, people forget about this all the time. You want to tell your story, right? What's your big why? Why did you start this? Believe it or not, Salesforce did a research study and they found that 75% of people want to deal with a company that knows them as well as a friend, that can help them exactly what they need. And it's not a company that's businessy, right? People are actually getting tired of corporations and people feeling way too businessy. So people want to hear about your life. They want to hear about your goals, what you've been doing lately, and that's super important. Those are you can get a bunch of easy touch points just by crafting really good content. You may be asking, like, I don't really know how to craft good Instagram content, right? I don't really know how to do anything that's like creative on social media and stuff. Don't worry, I got you. So this is what the framework looks like for creating content that is valuable to people, that grabs their attention, and that can get them to go to the next step. Okay. It starts with a hook. Grab their attention real fast. Right. If you noticed in the beginning of this video, I asked, you probably are missing out on leads. It grabbed your attention and it got you. You saw our thumbnail, right? It caught your attention, and the title, right? Those are all hooks. Those are ways to bring people in. After that, I'm going to go into the body. This could be a story, right? About something that's going on, or a story about a project. It could be a fact. It could be something that's entertaining, right? It could be a tutorial where you're providing value. So first you have to catch the fish, then you have to reel it in with the value and the body. And last but not least, it's the call to action. Okay. What do you want them to do? So I see a lot of people posting on social media. I see a lot of construction businesses and entrepreneurs. They're posting, right? They have a high volume, but everybody wants to know what the next step is. So you want to clearly state to your audience, this is the next step to take. Okay. You came in for the hook, you saw the body, we provided value for you. Now do this next thing. So that's a content framework. You may be also asking, like, dude, I don't even know where to start. Okay, I'm giving you 5 points here, and I have 5 more that I'll give you, and I'll tell you a little bit about that next. But this is a great way to start building content. If you are a homeowner, watch this. What would you do in this situation? Here's the number one mistake people are doing when remodeling their homes. This is how so and so does X. Maybe this is how Grant Cardone built his home, right? I tried this so that you don't have to. You see, it's already bringing out curiosity. It's already bringing people into us. So this hook and this framework, as well as the other framework for building out Instagram content, I'll send it to you for completely for free. You're welcome. This is something that we use every single day, and contractors all in our program use to build amazing content. All you have to do is text Instagram to 786-949-3719, and I'll send it to you immediately, free of charge. I want you guys to have it. I want to see our contractors winning and building valuable content. So number 2, okay, do not sleep on this. Do not sleep on this, okay? Joining local associations and chambers, right? So these are local business groups. There's the chamber. We're in Coral Gables, so there's the Chamber of Commerce of Coral Gables, right? This helps build credibility fast, right? People look at you like you are a good business owner, right? You attend these events consistently and people start seeing you more. Guess what? Those are more touch points. You can exchange referrals naturally, right? Because you built trust already. People already know the value you bring. They know you're trustworthy. And at that point, they feel more comfortable giving you a referral, okay? And this positions you as the trusted expert. I want to touch on this real quickly. Like, obviously, there's the networking side of it where you're gaining from networking. Also, the more links from chambers of commerce and business areas that you get that send people to your website, Google picks that up and puts you as a trusted person. So you want to build what they call these backlinks, and you can do it by joining a chamber of commerce. So now number 3, do not sleep on this, guys. Do not sleep on this, okay? Google Business Profile. I cannot tell you how many contractors and construction business owners I have spoken to, and when I ask them how many Google reviews they have, they say less than 5. If this is you, it's okay. Today is the day to change that, okay? But the question I always ask people is very simple. Would you eat at a restaurant that only had 5 reviews? The answer is probably no, okay? So again, if someone needs to have 29 touch points in order to become your customer, right? And you need to be trusted, and that's really what those touch points are creating is trust, right? You need to have Google reviews, guys. So this is something that I want you to take away from this video right now. I'm going to ask you to take action immediately in step number 3. Reach out to 10 people you know that know you, it could be friends, it could be family, and ask them to give honest reviews about your company, right? Ask them to give you an honest 5-star review about your company. It could be things like very trustworthy, professional, and timely, right? That's true. That's completely true. And you can get 5-star reviews. You want to build this up. And the reason you want to build it up is it's going to rank you a lot higher in maps. So when people are searching, if you have 3 to 5 stars, Google will not show you because they don't know if they can trust you. But if you have all of these 5-star reviews, Google's like, man, people really like this business. I'm going to put them higher up when people search home renovations in the area. Okay. There's something in Google Business Profile, and I can make a whole nother video about this, but you can actually put posts on the bottom. And the more often that people see that you're posting, 1, Google's going to rank you higher. And 2, people are going to see that your business is active, right? And that's another touch point. If they touch on one of these updates, it's a whole nother update, another touch point that you get completely for free. Okay, so add photos of your projects regularly. Okay, we want to show Google that we're active, and also we want to show our clients that we're active, and they want to see the work that we do so we can build trust. And from this, you can literally generate calls directly. Okay, the more that you put into reviews, the more you put into posts, and the more you put into putting pictures of your projects, people are going to call you directly from it because they have all the information they need. I'm going to share a quick story with you about this. There was a construction business owner, a contractor that I was talking to, that he was like, oh, I have 5 reviews. And I was like, listen, man, like, this is what I need you to do right now. And then he stopped and he's like, now that you mention this, I used to work for another company, and every single Google business review that we got, it would give us $20. And I'm like, see, if the company paid you $20 as an employee, imagine how much that one review made for the company. So this is low-hanging fruit. Everybody can go out with a win today just by this one thing. So the next thing, emails and SMS marketing. So the moment someone comes into our ecosystem, whether it's from a referral or it's, they filled out a form on our website or they DM'd us on Instagram, the moment that they come into our ecosystem, we start sending them emails, okay? And I can show you a whole framework on how we do it. If you like it, comment down below and I'll make a whole video all about that. But basically, as soon as they come in, they get a welcome email. Hey, thank you so much for joining our community. Then they get a 0 to hero email, right? Like, hey, this person's project started like this, and now this is what their dream home looks like. Okay, then they get some customer testimonials like, man, this company is so trustworthy. I love them, right? Then they get a fourth email that's about our story, our mission, our values, and who we are, right? They get another email about frequently asked questions. This way, you're already handling objections, right? So if people are like, how long does it take to pull permits, right? What's the average project size? Are there going to be a lot of changes in prices or scope? You can answer all these questions in the front, and now you're dealing with a more engaged, more warm lead. And the best part about this is we automate it, right? So the moment anybody comes in, they're automatically getting these emails and they're receiving. So, once someone's already like 10 days into our ecosystem, they've already received, a bunch of emails, a bunch of text messages. They've probably seen our Instagram posts. They've probably seen some of our videos on YouTube. So by the time we talk to them and we keep pursuing it, they've already have the 29 touch points. And it's a lot easier to make the conversion because they trust us. And more importantly, they feel like they know us and we know them. Okay. This is also a really, really good way to re-engage cold leads. Okay. So I cannot tell you, like, if you have leads in your system and you have a list, there's a lot of those people that they're actually, it's just money on the table that's waiting to happen. Okay. So this can be a manual call, it could be a manual text or an email, or it can be automated after X amount of times. But I can't tell you how much money we've generated just by going back into our list and following up and saying, hey, I know you were interested in this project a while ago, just making sure, everything is good with you. We wanted to check in and blah, blah, blah. And next thing you know, there's a lead there. And that person is interested in a project and we generated some revenue from it. So all of these things, I know it sounds like a lot. I teach contractors how to do this every single day. I actually have a course that I've written out, and there's a bunch of videos on it. And we have a monthly coaching call to help contractors generate free and unlimited leads. If this feels like it's something for you, and you think it's going to help you, come on in, join my community, so we can help you generate leads. And all you need to do is text join, send 786-949-3719, and we'll make sure that we give you everything on how we generate leads and how we've helped thousands of contractors like you build their business. Okay. So this next one is community involvement. Okay. Supporting local events, supporting schools and charity, volunteering visibly, and building neighborhood trust. So obviously you're going to be within the community and you're going to be meeting people, and you're actually going to feel better when you help people. You feel better. But also, if you document all of this and you get really nice videos and really nice group pictures and you put it on your social media, you're going to feel way more trustworthy. Not only are you going to be getting multiple touch points, not only are people going to be seeing your brand more often, but they're going to be seeing you and seeing that you care about the community that you're helping build. Because at the end of the day, whether you're a subcontractor, a contractor, any type of home service, you're building homes, you're building infrastructure, you're building communities, and people want to see more of you and how involved you are. So the next one is what we're doing right now, guys. YouTube. Okay. Posting valuable tutorials to people in your area on whatever, the differences of flooring, right? Or the differences of countertops. It just puts you as an expert, right? The more they learn from you, the more they're going to trust you, right? This is going to help also with long-term search traffic. So I know you need leads fast right now, but I really want you to think about this. There's the right now, and hopefully I'm giving you solutions that are going to help you generate leads immediately. And then there's the long game. And the long game, everything that you're building right now is just going to keep feeding that lead generation machine, right? And the great thing about YouTube is once you post a video on YouTube, it's what they call evergreen. It's always on there. And no matter what people search, it's going to keep coming up if you do it the right way, right? It's not like Instagram or TikTok where when you post a reel, it kind of gets drowned out and then nobody watches it again after that, or very few people. It's not like that in YouTube, right? If you do something that people are searching in your area, they really want to know about, and they have a really big question because they're a homeowner and they're researching and they want to get more educated on it, every single time, if you do a good enough job, they're going to find your video. And if they're in your area and they've learned from you and they trusted you and they saw an hour of your content or 30 minutes of your content, they're going to beg to work with you. Okay, so YouTube is a super powerful tool, not only for search engine, it's the second biggest search engine in the world, but also for generating high quality, warm leads that trust you already. So this one, past clients, guys, you have all these happy customers. Hopefully you did a great job, you delivered, you communicated, you had speed, you did all the things that they wanted and you helped them build a dream home. all you have to do is ask. Just ask them directly, like, hey, if you're happy with the service that we provided, would you mind giving us a name of 3 to 5 people that we can also serve them? You'd be surprised how much business you can generate. So I know businesses that have literally doubled and tripled their revenue just off of asking, right? So don't be afraid to ask. Provide the value first, earn the right to ask, and then ask, right? So you can also ask them for testimonials and showcasing the work that they love, right? If imagine you build a home for someone and their children are taking their first steps in the home and they remember that home and it's a place of warmth for them. Put that on there. Put that all over your stories. Put it on your website. Put it on your Instagram. People love sharing their stories and people love hearing success too. Stay connected with updates. You can do this automated, right, via email and SMS. You can also do it with calls, right, just to keep the relationship warm. But you can show them new projects that you've completed in the area. You can show them, if your company's grown, if you've hired new people, right, if you've implemented new systems. People love that stuff. And that way you stay top of mind and they remember to say, hey, I know someone that wants to work with you, right? This is the biggest thing. Your best clients are going to come from happy clients that then become advocates for your business, right? These people were so honest, they were trustworthy, they communicated so well. You should definitely work with them. I don't know about other places in the US, but definitely in Miami, the construction industry kind of has like a people are kind of skittish about it because they think contractors aren't trustworthy. They think they're not going to deliver. They think they're going to, scam them on money. They think they're going to do all these things. So a referral is super important, right? If I can ask someone to do it and I can stay connected and keep the relationship open and I can turn them into my biggest advocate, they're going to give me my biggest customers every single day of the week. So I want all of you to leave today. I want you to pick one strategy, right? Pick that strategy and stop waiting for referrals. Okay. If you are waiting for referrals, now that I've taught you all of this, there's only one person to blame and yourself. And that's not going to happen anymore. Now you've grown a little bit, you've learned a little bit. Take action in my course. Text me for the framework. I want to give you whatever it is, but the excuses stop today. If you're sitting around and waiting for referrals after you listen to this video, you need to stop. You need to kill that version of yourself and you need to create the go-getter that you know that you can do by generating leads and building money, okay? Consistency always beats guessing. If you put every single day, you block it out and you do a time for marketing and for lead generation, I guarantee you your business is going to boom. You may not know the system in which you need to do it, and that's where I come in and I can teach you how to do it, but you need to be doing this every single day. Consistency always wins. Remember, leads are money, okay? Leads equal money. And that sounds obvious, but I can't tell you how many businesses I've worked with where like their phones won't work or they're not answering the phone or not returning calls or not messaging back or not following up. You're literally throwing money away, guys. The simple thing to do is just be organized, stay on track, and every single lead could be life changing. Because if your business right now is at 500,000 or 200,000 or even a million, and you land the next project and that one project is worth $1.5 million, you can change your life, right? So make sure you're on top of your leads, make sure you're organized, and make sure you're following up. I want you guys to leave today by taking action now so you can build a pipeline that lasts forever, okay? Forever, ever, ever. Please, if this was helpful for you, do me a favor. Now that I've given you value, I can ask for a favor. Make sure you like and subscribe to our channel. We're releasing a bunch of content to help contractors like you build their business, generate more leads, win bigger projects, and get way more cash flow, guys.